Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joffy Noodle Legs here today with another Noodles film review. Originally I was going to do this, Dog Soldiers, but it came out this week and I've looked on YouTube and it's flooded with reviews of Dog Soldiers. But there again, they're all flooded with 4K reviews, and I avoided the 4K version. I just went with the Blu-ray. I just think, no, I mean, it's a good film, but it's not one of my favourites. I tend to buy 4Ks if it's a film I love. Or I get it dirt cheap. And it's quite expensive on 4K. So I thought, no, I'll just get the standard Blu-ray. But I'm not going to review it because everyone else is. And you know what I'm like. I like to do something a little bit different. And I am. I'm going to do a film that not many people review or give it sort of like any sort of love, really. And I'm looking at Halloween Resurrection. First of all, this edition is on DVD. Made by Miramax Films. Just a standard DVD. In UK, this doesn't have a Blu-ray release or 4K release. It's just only got DVD. A lot of the Halloweens, for some bizarre reason, haven't had a Blu-ray sort of upgrade. There's a couple, 4 and 5 you can pick up. And obviously the first one you can pick up on Blu-ray and 4K. And obviously the newer films, but the other ones like 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. It's number 8. You can't sort of pick up. So I've just got it on DVD. I am going to be doing a review on Halloween 2 on 4K. Lemon Lord, my son, picked up a copy of that, so I will be doing a review of that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But we're looking at this one today. This is Halloween Resurrection, which is the 8th in the series. Basically, this one's a lot different from all the other Halloween films. Well, apart from number 3. Number 3 is different from anything. But yeah, this is a little bit taken away from the normal sort of Michael Myers slasher, hunting down sort of kids on the street sort of and film. It's a completely new direction. It's sort of like a bit like a reality TV sort of show. This came out when that was sort of big, like Big Brother and things like that were big programs. So this is sort of like got a bit of that in there. So anyway, the film starts off with Jamie Lee Curtis. She stars in it. About 10 minutes of the film. She's in like the first 10 minutes. And Michael Myers goes to the hospital because it carries on from H2O, where she is in hospital. Michael Myers goes to the hospital again, looking for her to kill her. I think she's in some sort of like psychiatric hospital, and she hasn't spoken for a long time. Anyway, she hides tablets and stuff, and eventually he comes to find her, and she falls him, and he chases her through the hospital onto the roof, and then there's a little showdown on the roof with the guys, and Jamie Lee succumbs there, and that's where she actually dies. She dies in this film. Now, as you know, they've just made 2018. They made Halloween, then they made Halloween Kills. I think that's last year, and then this year we got Halloween Ends. Now, so what that's basically done, it's dropped that one. It's dropped it out, the whole sort of franchise, because she dies in that one, but obviously they've dropped that out from the sort of like, and they've carried it on. So that's why I'm looking at it, because I think that's why it needs looking at. Now, so she gets killed. Anyway, then the story sort of jumps to Busta Rhymes, the rapper. He stars in it. Is he on the front there? Yeah, there he is. And his girlfriend there. And they sort of create a TV reality show. And what it is, they're getting 5 or 6 contestants to spend a night in the Myers house for a TV reality show. And there's a party going on in town, and they all start watching it at this party, like on a computer, because there's about 5 or 6 of the kids all staying in this house. Now these two set it up a little bit. They've put like a fake Michael Myers in there and some sort of fake dead bodies to try and give some jump scares. But what they don't know, the real Michael Myers is there too. So he stalks them out, and it's a normal Michael Myers stalking slasher. it turns into that, but with the sort of TV reality way of it. But the people watching the show on the laptop are sort of sending messages to him. He's in the other room, he's outside, because they realise that it's actually happening. Because first of all, they thought it was just a part of the show, but they realised it's actually Michael killing them off. And that's the premises of the story. What do I think of the film? I think it's really good. I think it gets undeserved flack. It doesn't get a lot enough love, I don't think. Yes, I can understand why, because it's completely different from the rest, and it was more of a modern take, and it's got more of a modern feel. It's got more of a sort of I still know what you did last summer feel to it, and a bit of Scream sort of feel to it. But I quite like that. I think it was a good direction to go in. Um, but that's what it is. That's my opinion. But I think it's a really good film. Um, the pluses of this film is that there is a few jump scares in it. It does add a little different dimension to the story. Michael Myers is really cool in it. I actually like his mask in it. It's really cool. What other plus signs? It's quite a good picture for a DVD. The film quality is really good. If you've got quite a good 4K TV and a good 4K player, it will upscale it to a sort of reasonably good sort of Blu-ray sort of picture, and that's what this one does, and it looks really nice. This release is quite cool for DVD. It's got some extra features. It's got behind the scenes features. It's got the alternative endings. It's got some commentaries on there. It's got deleted scenes. So it's quite a good little collection, to be honest, to have in your collection if you haven't got it. Negatives. I think there could have been some more kids in there and a few more killings. You know what I'm like. I always say that, don't I? All the time. There is some gore in there. There's enough gore. I don't want too much gore in my Halloweens. I like them when they're not too gory. I like my gore in other films, but because the Halloween series started without the gore, I like it going on with like that. But there is a little bit in there, which is cool. I'm gutted that they killed Jamie Lee Curtis off. That to me was a negative, and I think that's what probably turned a lot of people off to the film. I think because obviously she was listed being in it and she's on there, so everyone, oh, cool, Jamie Lee Curtis, and she gets killed like in the first 10 minutes, and you're thinking, oh, a bit like another modern day horror that just had another reboot, and they killed off one of my favourite stars in that. I'm not going to say because you might not have seen it yet, but yeah, I was gutted when that person got killed in that film. But yeah, I think that was a negative. I think what they should have done is maybe injured her, and she could have gone back to the house where they were, and she could have been the one that sort of like liberated the children or whoever's left in there, the kids. Well, not the children, the teens from the house. I think that would have been a really cool ending. Even if she did succumb to the ending, I think they were looking at ending this franchise. Then, if you want my opinion, I think because they killed off her, and it's sort of like we didn't have nothing really, do we, to 2018. Yeah, we had your Rob Zombie, but their reboots. Then that's sort of like a reboot of the series. That's not like a carry on with the story. It's like his own version of it. So we had nothing till 2018, which was a long, long gap. So I thought, oh, they must have thought of ending the franchise there. But of course, there's money to be made, isn't there? So they're the positive and negatives film. I'm going to give this a good watch, really cool. I'm going to score it 7 out of 10, just because I think it deserves that bit of love. Now, if it wasn't one of your favourites or you didn't really like it when it came out, revisit it, because I think just revisit it, because I think you'll be surprised actually. You think that was actually better than I thought when I remembered it, because I don't know, that's kind of what I felt about it. But there again, I actually quite liked it when it came out, so I wasn't too disappointed when I watched it. In fact, it just sort of refreshed me, thinking, yeah, I actually quite like that one, because it's a different take on the on the sort of the Halloween franchise, went a different direction, and I just thought, yeah, that's cool, really good. So that's my review of Halloween Resurrection, 7 out of 10. Like I said, I will be doing a review of Halloween 2 on 4K. Like I said, Lemon Lord, my son's got a copy of that. American version because it's not available here in the UK. So we're going to be watching that later, and I'm going to give you a review of that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll go and shout out a few YouTube channels to go and check out. Please go and check out Horror Hands and check out Horror in Todge and Sarah of Horror, and of course Horror Geek, and of course Manby Film. Also go and check out Russell's RS Designs, my friend's channel. Yeah, it's mostly about spiders, but he's a big horror fan, so give him a bit of love, guys. Okay, us spider collectors need love too. Anyway, guys, till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.